All right, good morning. I am Melissa Agnes, and this is Morning Lives with me, Melissa Agnes, a daily space to help leaders like you stay grounded and connected in your inner strength, in your inner resilience, in your purpose, in your vision, in all the things that matter to you. And as you do the important work that you are doing, if you are looking for support in leading from unwavering steadiness, right? Increased clarity, especially in moments when clarity doesn't feel accessible or other people aren't seeing it. And deeper connection to yourself, connection to those you're leading, and connection to that thing that is bigger than us, whatever you want to call that. As you step into the work that you're doing, then this is exactly the place for you. This is why I show up every morning to do these morning lives, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern, live on LinkedIn, IG, and hopefully YouTube. We'll find out later. And if not now, then YouTube in the very near future. I share one anchoring message designed to open perspective, give you something to think about, be encouraging and inspired. And then we do a 10-minute drop-in. And so I'm just going to get started right away today. If you write in the comments, then I will see it right away, but there's a lag. So bear with me. And if you can, if you find that this is supportive today, please share it. That's my ask. Okay, getting into it. I thought I was going to talk to you about one thing this morning, and it turns out that as I was doing my kind of connecting with myself this morning, I realized that no, I'm going to talk to you about attunement. What is attunement? What is attunement? And not only am I going to talk to you about attunement today, but we're going to practice attunement today. Attunement is an incredibly powerful, potent, resourceful leadership skill, period. And we're not really taught how to attune, to trust our attunement, how to make sense of it, how to tap into it. And so that's what I want to share with you guys today. And for the record, yesterday I announced the Visionary Leadership Mastermind that is opening up its doors for 12 visionary leaders. And today, as you experience what we're going to experience, these are the things that I teach you to truly, truly access and strengthen your connection, your connection with your skills for in that mastermind, just as a small snippet, just as one little thing that we do. Okay, so attunement. What is attunement? Hold on, I have it here. Attunement, the act of attuning, isn't it funny when they give you a definition that uses the word in and of itself? Essentially, it's the reactiveness we have to another person. And then in a different definition, I found in Wikipedia, it says as a spiritual practice, attunement is intended to connect a person more closely to their spiritual source. So when I say connected to self, connected to source, and connected to others, this is all one, right? And so attunement is your ability to tap in, to get out of your analytical mind, to get out of fear, to get out of doubt, to get out of insecurity, to get out of imposter syndrome, to get out of whatever voice of anxiety and nervousness exists in your brain, happens in your brain, which is normal, it's human, to tap into your body and to sense on a deeper level what's actually going on and what you need to do, how you need to lead, the next move you need to make in alignment with your vision and moving forward, moving the momentum forward for your mission, your vision, your purpose, your goal, etc. So it says more closely to their spiritual source and to open the flow of life current. We are all created from energy, right? We're both energy and matter at the same time. Science shows us this. Technology today proves this to us. It shows us we can measure this. And so when we are attuned, which is actually something you learn to do in our morning drop-ins, slowly but surely, we're getting there. When you are attuned, you are tapping into, last week I really went into the science of the heart brain and the gut brain. You are allowing those portals of information access to actually come in and speak to you, and you are listening. Last week, I talked about how you have to learn first how to hear it, hear your attunement, for a lack of a better way of saying it, or if we're in the interest of saying it today, and then listen to it. And so attunement is an incredible skill. Oh, it's this incredible skill that gives you access to insight, to foresight, to clarity when you otherwise really do not have it or would not have it. And this is a skill that every single human being has access to. We just haven't been taught how to utilize it. And so that's what I want to do with you today. This is what we're going to do in our drop-in. We're going to do a little bit of a longer drop-in because I'm going to stop talking very soon. And I want us to practice it. So essentially what you're doing, let's say let's give the example of you're having a conversation with someone who you're leading or who you're connecting with. Maybe it's a business venture, a vendor, whatever it might be, a community member, a client, a team member, your kid, it doesn't matter. You're connecting with someone and you're noticing, as an example, you're noticing resistance in them. They're not fully open to how you're leading them, where you're guiding them, what you're trying to share with them, the next steps that you're trying to have them, support you in making or together in making and taking. This is just one example of how to use it. So you're feeling that resistance, and resistance is really, really hard to navigate. It's really hard to meet resistance and to shift resistance. If you stay in your brain, you're likely not going to find the most optimal solutions on how to meet that resistance. If you can then instead get out of the brain and tap into your body and your body's intelligence and attune to what the deeper context of what is being felt, why the resistance is there, or not even necessarily always the why, but what you can do to help move this person along through their resistance in a progressive, further greater good type of way. When you can attune, you receive guidance and clarity and answers. That's your hearing. Last week we talked about tapping into these centers, hearing first, and then listening. So then you have to listen to it. You have to take the advice that you're being given, right? Or the next steps, whatever it might be, the answers. And I can tell you this, when I started to be able to truly exercise and utilize this skill, I kind of made a vow to myself that I would just trust it. And for so many times, I would be in a conversation, and it could be with my significant other, Aaron. It could be, I remember one time it was so strong. I was at a restaurant, and I knew one person, the one person I knew was sitting across from me. There were like 10 people at the table, and Aaron was to my right. So I knew two people. I knew the woman in front of me, who was Aaron's friend who I'd met previously, and I had my fiance, Aaron, next to me. And across from Aaron was this woman who I'd never met before. And we're drinking, we're eating, we're having a glass of wine, we're eating, and all of a sudden, she starts talking about something that was deeply personal to her. And all of a sudden, I could feel myself just open up, and I just started speaking. And I remember it making Aaron uncomfortable because what I was saying was like not something you would say to somebody you just met. And in my own existence, in my own experience, my brain was going, I have no idea why I'm saying this right now, but I'm going with it because I felt strongly about it and because I'd been practicing this skill of attunement. Aaron was uncomfortable because it was an awkward kind of situation, I suppose, when you're just looking in. He didn't experience what I was experiencing in my body. I was a little bit going like, I don't know what I'm saying right now, but I'm going with it. And then after that conversation, she came to me as we were leaving, and she said that in that conversation, she got answers and clarity that she's been looking for months, and she knew her next steps, and she started crying in gratitude. That is attunement. In that moment, I was open to receiving information, right? Information is floating around us all the time in energy form. And your heart center and your gut center, when you are open, when you are dropped in, when you are attuned, and when you are hearing and when you are listening means you are acting on it. At the beginning, your brain is going to start going, I don't know why I'm saying this right now, but I feel like I should be. So I'm going to, because you're permissioning yourself to actually hear and act on what your listening to, or to actually listen and act on what you're hearing. And it's not until after, when somebody comes up to you and says, what you said changed my world in the best way possible. What you said gave me clarity. What you said gave me answers. What you said served me and helped me and supported me. Thank you. That you go, holy moly, I was in attunement and I listened and I acted. And as a result, I got to do something good, right? So attunement is this incredible skill that we all have access to. But we have to, like we do every morning together, we have to get out of our analytical thinking because it doesn't make sense to the brain in the moment. In that moment, Erin was uncomfortable and I was literally thinking, why am I saying this right now? But I'm going with it. I trusted the instincts and the wisdom of my body. And that is where visionary leaders not just think they feel sometimes, but they're tapped into it by choice. They're tapped into it by skill. And you have access to this skill because you are a human being. We just haven't been learnt. We haven't been taught collectively how to trust it, how to hear it, how to utilize it. And it is it can save you from danger. It can present opportunities in moments of uncertainty that you act on, and now your business is soaring and you're taking quantum leaps, or your leadership is soaring, you're taking quantum leaps in your career. It can serve your community, it can serve your family, it can serve you. It is the most incredible skill set and you have access to it. So today's drop-in, we are going to practice attunement. And what we're going to do is we're going to do what we do every morning. So it's going to be breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Because when we focus on our breath, we start to tap into our body. When we tap into our body, we get out of our mind. We don't want to be in our mind in order to be attuned. Because remember, the mind is going to go, I don't know what this is, right? It's going to doubt until you prove to it over time that, no, this is actually, we need to be listening to this. And then you're going to do it instinctively. And then what we're going to do is, as we do every morning, we're going to open up the heart. And I'm going to ask you to bring your awareness to your heart like I do every morning. And just essentially what we're going to do is we're just going to imagine what it feels like to listen from the heart. And that might sound weird or uncomfortable or something. There's no wrong way of doing this. It is an exploration, an experimentation, a deeper connection pathway that you are creating with yourself so that you can learn what it feels like for your body to be in full attunement, and you can start trusting it and utilizing it in your leadership skills. And then from there, we're going to tap into the belly, into the gut center, and we're going to open up, and we're going to do that same practice. What does it feel like to view the world, to see from this center? And that's it, and just get curious. Today, that's all we're doing. We're just getting curious. Okay, so for those of you who are excited to do this with me, I am super, super excited to do this with you. Again, this might feel silly, but if what I said interests you, invitation to do it anyway. Feel silly and do it anyway. I can tell you sometimes it's really uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable when my fiance is feeling uncomfortable because he doesn't really know what's going on, but I know that I'm tapped in and I know I'm on purpose. It's a little uncomfortable until you get used to it. So just sit with that. Let it be. Closing distractions. You are going to grant yourself the coming 10 minutes. This is for you. This is meant to empower and inspire. And all you have to do is listen to my voice, focus on your breath, follow what I share, so long as it feels good in your body, and get curious. This is about connection to your body and to your attunement. Okay, so shutting down your eyes or softening your gaze. If you feel silly because there's people around, let yourself feel silly. Still do this for you. I promise it'll be worth it. We're going to start the breath flowing in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. If you can hear banging behind me, it's because they're doing construction in my building. Please just disregard it. I apologize in advance. But it shouldn't matter because you're focused on you. If your brain kicks into chatter mode, that's okay. You know you're alive. It's a great thing. Just kind of say, great, I'll come back to you in 10 minutes and listen to everything you have to say. But for now, I'm coming back to my breath, and just come back to your breath. So in through the nose on your next inhale. And on your next exhale, breathing out through the mouth and bringing that breath down, feeling it flow down through your throat, down through your chest, emptying out down through your belly, and landing in your sit bones. And we're first going to practice attuning to the sensation of the seat great beneath you. Shauna is saying she can't hear anything. Can you guys hear? And on your neck? I can hear when I turn on speakers. Sorry, guys. Keep that breath flowing. Shauna, I think it's working. I hope it's working. Keeping that breath flowing. Feeling the sensation. Attuning to that sensation. What do you notice? What I mean by this is simply bringing your awareness down to your seat bones and feeling the cushion or the seat that you're sitting on below you. And just having awareness to it and noticing what it feels like against your body. When we do this, exercise of feeling the sensations, this is a practice in attunement. Sometimes it's easier to notice when we can feel a sensation on our bodies. On your next inhale in through the nose, following that breath up from your sit bones, all the way up to your heart center, to your chest. And again, for that same reason, if it's supportive to you, bringing a hand to your heart. And we're going to imagine that it is the heart that is taking both the inhale and the exhale as you breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. So what you're doing here is it's as though you're feeling into this heart, and by putting your hand on your chest, you're really bringing your awareness to where your hand is. And imagine that it is your heart that is taking in the breath and exhaling. And here's where we're going to get curious. What does it feel like to bring your awareness to your heart space as you take in and out that breath? What does it feel like to view the world through the heart? If your awareness wasn't behind your eyes, as most people feel that it is, and it was in your heart space where your hands are, if your hands are on your chest, and you just bring your awareness there and you're breathing, keep that breath flowing. What do you notice if that is where you are viewing the world from? There's no wrong answer. There's simple open curiosity and exploration. In this exercise, you're practicing bringing your awareness out of your mind and into your body and opening up And just get curious with, what would it feel like to view the world, my lens, a situation through this space rather than from behind my eyes, rather than from my thinking brain. And you don't have to have an answer today. It's just about getting curious. We are opening up the portals slowly but surely every morning. Keeping that breath flowing, letting it feel good. One more deep inhale through the breath, opening up that heart space. And on your exhale, we're now going to exhale that air and feel it move from the heart space to your belly. Putting a hand now on your belly to help you bring your awareness to the sensations of the hand on your belly. That is you moving your consciousness, that's moving your awareness. And now as you feel, you're still breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, but feeling that breath as though it's coming in and out through your belly. Notice how that's different from feeling it coming in and out from your heart. Keeping that hand on the belly, maybe you're feeling that belly expand and contract with every breath while you keep your awareness on where your hand is. And you keep that breath flowing. And staying still, letting it feel really good, because your breath is your life force, so it's allowed to feel really good. What does it feel like if you get curious to now view your breath, bring your awareness, view the world through your belly? Maybe you notice tingling sensations, maybe you get frustrated, maybe you don't notice anything but it feels good, maybe you just feel your breath. There is no wrong answer, it's about getting curious. By bringing our awareness to these centers, you're teaching yourself to open up and to attune to these centers. Keeping that breath flowing. When you're in meetings today, keep that breath flowing. I'm going to talk as you continue to feel into this. When you're in meetings today, or even just now, you can imagine if you were sitting in front of someone, and as they were speaking, you asked yourself, what does it feel like to listen to them from my gut, from my belly, from my solar plexus? And in that meeting, you just take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. You bring a hand to your belly. It's not going to look weird. They're not even going to notice. And you just practice being open and aware and listening from this space. And you notice what you notice. And the same goes for your heart. You can bring your hand to your heart. And in a meeting, in a conversation, you can wonder, what would it feel like if I took this meeting and I listened today through the lens of my heart? Maybe it means you take more expansive breaths. And maybe just that feels good and gets you centered and aligned and in coherence, which is in and of itself a very potent leadership skill. Maybe you find that you have more loving compassion. You have more tolerance. You have more patience. It's just about getting curious. So as you continue to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, bringing a hand to your heart if you don't already have one there, and just taking a moment of gratitude. Because what you're doing in joining me every morning is you're doing likely something new. And that takes courage. And the rewards that you're going to experience for doing this, you're going to be grateful to yourself for having done it, because the rewards are going to be plentiful. And so we get to be grateful today, right now, for what's to come. I talked about that last week. So taking a moment of gratitude as you circulate your breath and being grateful to yourself and to your body for learning a new skill, as uncomfortable or as challenging or as silly as it might feel at the beginning. Gratitude to yourself. You have more courage than most. And when you're ready, wiggling your fingers and your toes, coming back into the fullness of your body. And if you feel so called, as you join me back on the camera, on the screen, letting me know if you felt anything. Attunement is a skill that we get to hone over time. Attunement is actually a skill that you have probably tapped into several times in your life. Maybe you were aware and maybe you weren't. Bringing conscious awareness to it gives us access to more alignment, to more clarity, to more guidance in the moments when our leadership is being called, when we're being called to really lead. More safety, more security, more resonance. Access to infinite wisdom. Access to coherence, getting out of your brain and out of your analytical thinking where you're going to worry and you're going to stress and you're going to go in loops and you're not necessarily going to find an answer. And yet you can tap into your body and those answers come. If this is interesting to you and you want to learn truly how to embody this next level of your leadership, your visionary leadership skills, then send me a message either on Instagram, LinkedIn, via email, through the website at ChristReadyInstitute.com, and just let me know that you're curious about learning more about the Visionary Leadership Mastermind. The Visionary Leadership Mastermind is a 1-year program with elite leaders who are ready, who are already successful, and who are ready to really tap into that next level of their attunement, of their coherence, of their leadership skills that nobody freaking taught them. And they're ready, because if there's a part of you that's going, I know that there's a better way. There's got to be a better way to be able to relate and lead through resistance and move my mission forward. There is. And Visionary Leadership Mastermind teaches you how to do that. And at the end of the year, you become certified as a visionary leader. So if there's any part of that that piques your curiosity, send me a DM, send me an email. I am accessible. You can find me everywhere. It's not for a lack of finding me. Judith writes, great beginning to this new feeling. Yes, yes. And for those of you who joined late in this conversation, I invite you to go and listen to the first 10 minutes where I actually explained and gave examples of what this is and what a potent and powerful, resonant, and deeply accessible leadership skill attunement is. And when you're ready to truly step in to this superpower that exists in your body, that is your birthright, that nobody taught you how to do, reach out to me and inquire about the Visionary Leadership Mastermind. It's like, guys, it's out of this world incredible. It's out of this world incredible. I'm so excited by it. I'm so inspired by it. And I'm so excited for the new group. I'm looking for 12, or I am opening the doors for 12 visionary leaders who are truly ready to step into like quantum leaps, exponentially step into their next leadership capabilities, capacity, skills, etc. All right, with that, I am Melissa Agnes. This was Morning Lives with me, Melissa Agnes, where I show up every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern on LinkedIn and Instagram, and soon to be YouTube, if YouTube didn't work today, live, to do this with you, to share one insightful thing, whatever that thing might be, depending on the day, and to help you do a drop-in, a coherence drop-in, to get into alignment, to get into your deepest power, to practice this skill so that we can, have a world of more resonant, aligned, mission-driven leaders. All right, with that, I am open to your questions. I am open to your experiences. I am open to your comments. And you can DM me. DM me the word mastermind if you want to hear more about the mastermind. So excited about it. And with that, I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for choosing you. Bye.